So, after my evil but quite suspenseful way of leaving you all in suspense, I've used that word already, last time, let's just crack on and show you guys this time, shall we? Callum, and no one else. I hope you weren't expecting them. Why should I be? You had a meeting yesterday. What was my meeting? Yes? There was a possibility that you might have made further plans. No! God, this is jealousy is all this is. This is jealousy. My future is quite without plan at the moment. After all, we didn't expect this. However, I have been given the impression that you might have certain plans. What did he tell you? That you intended to invite me to remain here with you somehow. I bet that's complete bollocks which Oscar's just made up. Come on. Which is something you hadn't actually said to me yet. I'm not sure why you spoke to Oscar about it. The next line's going to be I didn't. Oh. Oh. Oh, so I'm wrong. Okay. He is your lord and your close companion. It seemed appropriate. And you wanted to be jelly. I had not expected his reaction. What was his reaction? Gay sex? You thought he wouldn't object? I thought that if he did object, he would express it more openly. Caution becomes him. It was obvious that he does not approve, but less clear what he would do about it. Probably murder everyone, or murder himself, or marry Cassidy and stay here. You know what, I think I'm not really predicting the game anymore. I'm just saying all of the options, so I'll stop. He warned me off, reminded me of the dangers that you and your family pose. All of which doesn't matter at the moment, because you haven't offered any such invitation. What is it that you want? For me to take Dolores' place and serve you as I served Oscar? It would be, in some ways, an improvement over my situation in Wales. Any situation is better than Wales. Without the pressure to achieve a prestigious marriage, we might be left alone in this palace for years to conduct ourselves as we saw fit. Oh, so that's what the kids call it nowadays, huh? Not forever, though. The day would come when it seemed advantageous to offer him to some ally. We would be free, only as long as we were forgotten. What I want is difficult to say. I don't have the power to offer you what you deserve. I don't want to promise you more than I can give, but I do want you to understand my feelings clearly. If you could be granted a title, property, a position, here in Gwellinor, anything's better than Wales. Is that even possible? Cassidy is the heir, and she has reached her majority, and our parents certainly owe her, and you, a great many apologies. They won't do anything for this. I don't know for certain yet what it would take. Unraveling this assassination plot, perhaps. Oh yeah, and dying in the process. But if it could be done, would you wish it? An estate of my own, a lady proper, even if not in the land of my birth. I would be able to support myself, and a family. That's what he's asking, isn't it? Or he might not be. He might just feel sorry for me. Just wants to lock me up forever. Would I wish to be elevated to the ranks of Gwellinor's nobility, so that I could request Prince Callum's hand in marriage? This is not at all proper. I suppose back in them days, you know, other members of the royal family could date other members of the royal family. A man arranging for a woman to gain a half-hold in order so that she can offer her resources to him. Tongues would wag, playwrights would laugh and take inspiration. Is this what I want? Well, this is quite a long way in the game, just to be like, meh, no. It's very late in the game to be saying that. Right, yes. Yes. It's hard to say the word. I can't look him in the eye. I kind of read it as if I'm reading Hamlet. Like, my hand is even outstretched in the way of holding a skull, which is completely pointful, because you guys can't see that, so I understand what I'm doing, and I shall stop. But it's the truth. I want the future. I want my own home, and I want him. Is he going to turn around and be like, Get out. I'm not sure what to say now. Callum, No. We mustn't get carried away. You'll consider. I'll plan. That's good. He brings his stumbling tongue to a halt. I want everything between us to be perfect. See, we avoided the Oscar path. To be free of emotions. None of that gay emotion stuff. No one likes that. What's this? I want us, where we were earlier. That'd be great. For the moment, there are other matters to consider. The investigation. What have you discovered? I think it's best if I wait until we are all together to discuss that. My sister is currently not allowed out of the sight of guards, except within her own chambers. Therefore, we will need to meet in her rooms rather than mine. Are you fit to climb? I'm always fit. Have you seen me? Of course. Should I go straight away or wait until evening? Earlier is better. Then I will see you there. Well, that was very anticlimactic. I thought that was going in a way which it didn't go. He nods and turns away. Once the door has closed, I lose the battle with a silly smile on my face. Everything I have wanted might come to pass. A home of my own and a man who is my match. Yeah, you should light him up. No? Okay, let's move on. But first, I have to get through the next few days, beginning with today's meeting. My first impression of Princess Cassidy's private quarters is that they resemble a rose under a glass. Here she sleeps in her curtained bed upon a pedestal, wrapped in comforting waves of pink, at least until she suffocates beneath them. What? That's a very odd thing to say about an ally. Still, tastes differ. Simply because I would not like to live in such a room does not necessarily mean that Cassidy feels trapped here. I don't think anyone suggested that apart from you. Hello again, Madeline. You know what? I mean, for someone who isn't leaving their room, she does scrub up very well every day for no apparent reason. Just thought I'd put that out there. I'm glad everything is going so well. What do you mean? Oh, never mind. Has Callum been talking to her about me? Come and see the others. There's something I want to show you. Okay. Oh god, Dolores is here. We were doing so well. We really were doing so well in Dolores not being around. But no, here she is. She guides me along. Callum nods at my entrance. Dolores deliberately ignores me. Oh, fuck her. Look, Oscar sent me a poem. She holds up a sheet of parchment decorated with lines of elegant script. I don't want to read this. Oh, it's going to be awful. Please don't read it. Oscar's handwriting is an accomplished skill. The problem is the words that he writes. She dances on a dewdrop smile with crystal clear delicacy and sings a song of our erstwhile forgotten dreams beyond the sea. Delicacy? Sea? Alright, I'll let you off. Oh, Oscar, what does that even mean? Isn't it sweet? Oh, God. It seems you've made quite an impression on him. Did he bring this to you? No, the guards delivered it. Oh, brilliant. That's something else you have in common. You're both held under a lock and key. No, there's no positive in that. Madeline, come on. The buck's gotta stop somewhere. Oh, I'm used to that. With all of you here, I'm getting to talk to a lot of more people than I ever did before. I can't blame my parents for being careful, not when it seems there really are enemies. Yes, about that. What have you found so far? The guardsman who attacked us, one Devante, was a relatively recent recruit, hailing from the lands under the control of the Grandessa. No surprise there. You know, the hell is she looking like weirdly off to the side of that? Why is there a picture of a unicorn right next to Dolores, which I only just noticed? Oh, come on. This room isn't built for Cassidy. It's built for a 6-year-old. Oh dear, right. Grandessa Marie, the wisdom sister and your aunt, correct? Yes, although I don't know her well. She almost never visits the palace. She and Mother don't get along. Saying that with a very reassured smile on her face, Dolores is still eyeing up that unicorn. I'm not sure if we should trust that unicorn. It's about to burst out of the frames and shit rainbows. We're looking at you, unicorn. Don't you think we're fucking taking our eyes off you? This Devante was not well liked among the guards or other soldiers as well, at least not that anyone will admit. His closest companions were a pair of servants who came from the territory of Duke Ferrod. A sullen stable boy named Vito and a maid, Raquel, who fancied Devante and is now too distraught to make much sense. That may be an act, but I do not currently have permission to question her more sternly. We'll have to do it illegally. Raquel is a ninny. She believes every romantic nonsense she hears. She couldn't drown a mouse. Oh, fuck, she stopped eyeing up that unicorn. Never knew Vito to notice something with less than 4 legs, but nobody'd cry if you whipped him. Ouch. Such for hard times, huh? Neither is suspected of being another assassin at this point. I don't know any of these people. What about the guards? Rotations have been drawn up based on previous access and opportunity to minimize the risk to Cassidy. No obvious threats have been uncovered. What about subtle ones? So that just leaves all the subtle ones. See? Me and Madeline, great minds think alike. And the most subtle and suspicious of all is Duke Ferrod. Duke Ferrod married Sophia, the Grandess's daughter. Now that they have a child, she, Riel, is my heir until I have a daughter of my own. Just thinking about this. Obviously now we're going through suspects. That Prince Nazagi, or, the one who looks like Orochimaru, from, whatever the fuck he's called, from Naruto. Just a bit older. Where the fuck's he been since we originally trashed into his room? He's just fucked off. I mean, I wonder if I chose him. He wouldn't have appeared again. Or would he have appeared again? Oh, fuck knows. I'm confusing myself. Now that they have a child, she, Riel, is my heir until I have a daughter of my own. Which gives Ferrod the strongest possible motive. Through Riel, he could become regent. Also, he hates everyone. Oh. You're eyeing up that fucking horse again. I see you. Conversation is disrupted as eyes turn to Dolores. What? It's no secret. Even their people don't make friends here. Hard folk, all of them. I remember seeing some of his entourage at dinner my first night. They stood out like flies on a milk glass. What kind of expression is that? Their clothing, their manners, everything was too rough. Wow, look at the middle class ponces we are. Well, upper class in some of our cases. Oh, they were rough. Oh, their handshake was so hard. Oh, truly my heart bleeds. He harbours thugs under our very roof. You should get along fine then. What else do you know about Ferrod? Does he have support? Other noble relatives? No, I believe he was a clerk before his marriage. Mother said that Sophia had many suitors, but Aunt Marie drove them all away. She wanted her daughter to remain unmarried, to stay in the line of inheritance. But, might not. Because of Caspian, she thought there was a chance that I might not survive. That's an awful way to think about her own family. They're nobles, isn't that how it works? All of you, so stuck on whose blood and whose land you're born into. Like it means something. Yeah, you'd say that, being the commoner here, the loner. You're no better than the rest of us. Insult me as you like, these two deserve better. I can't help smiling when he says that. Oh, Dolores is going to pick up on that. At least she isn't eyeing up the unicorn anymore. Perhaps she feels like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th wheel, and has now decided to take up a partner of her own. You never know. But we are being diverted from the root of the matter. Ferrod may have the most to gain, but is there any evidence? The connection with the servants is very thin. Nothing as yet. I wasn't making it up earlier. What I said, him and his folk have been keeping the maids out of their rooms. That's suspicious. Yeah, you also hate us, so I'm not going to believe you. You also said you knew what Ferrod and Sophia were plotting. I did? At the river. Oh, well that part I made up. Thought you'd be interested, that's all. Of course, nothing that you say can be trusted. I agree. Too late to shut me out now. There's no need, we can help each other. Neither Callum nor Dolores is likely to offer the hand of friendship. As I look away from the confrontation, my eye falls upon another oddly shabby inhabitant of the room. A creature of faded blue cloth, sprawled atop a dusty shelf. Is that a goblin? A what? What? Oh no, that's my bear. So Madeline has interrupted this conversation that we were having about serious stuff to ask, is that a bear? Attention spans of kids nowadays. It doesn't look like much of a bear to me. It looks like it. That's a bear. Don't fuck me around, game. That's a bear. Come on. Fucking hell. She is actually like a 6-year-old though. That's why there's a picture of a unicorn on the wall. It now makes sense. Princess Cassidy scoops up the patch fabric toy and cuddles it. Who does that? Like, come on. Who in front of people grabs a bear and like dances around singing Ring a Ring of Roses? No one! Anyway, I've had him since I was a little girl. He was my favourite toy. You'll always protect me, won't you, Callie? 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 That's his name, Callie Bear. Isn't he wonderful? Have they noticed something that I haven't, or... Is something wrong? I've just remembered something. We must speak. Without other ears. He looks at me and then jerks his head at Dolores. So it is my job to mind her and prevent eavesdropping while the royals withdraw to discuss amongst themselves. Oh, please don't tell me that he's going to remember something about his brother. That, like, when they were children, they had a secret language or a secret knock to a place in case they ever got lost. And that random bear reminded it because it's called Callie. That might be slightly on thin ice. So, it is my job, yeah, we've already read that. Dolores accepts this state of affairs with her customary good grace. None at all. You know, you're making this harder for yourself. You don't want to trail around waiting on Callum, but he doesn't want you there either. If you tried a little bit harder to be agreeable, you could come to some arrangement where you stay out of each other's way. Or we could kill you. Why didn't we kill you earlier? I'm not sure if we got a choice to. Oh well. If he could trust you, he'd likely give you the freedom of the palace, so as long as you don't bother him. As it is, you're dragging each other down. I don't want the freedom to move around this tomb, I want to be free. If your prince is prone to vomit at the sight of me, he'll get to get me gone, no? My prince? Isn't he? Maybe I could make my life easier by playing that game, but for me, I cut that line already. I know what I want and I'll do what it takes to get it, because nobody else will. Nobody else? You really have no one else you can rely on, do you? No family, no true master, no friends, no lover, no one. So what? It's sad, it's weakness, it makes me laugh. Look, I think saying, it makes me laugh, is a way, if not physically, to smite Dolores. Smiting. Smite time. Boosh. I think it's rather funny. Your life is completely miserable, and you make it that way yourself. You can't see past the end of your own nose, can you? Anyone who's not you is nothing. Sounds more like you than me. I know who I am. You don't know scat. Before I can say anything, I hear a muffled shout from the nearby room. Oh. What's going on? Moments later, Cassidy charges back into the room. Don't need to. What difference does it make now? They already suspect. That was there some incest going on there? That Cassidy disapproved of? She flings a crumpled piece of paper to the ground and raises her trembling chin to meet my eyes. She's crying. You may as well know. I am Prince Caspian. We all saw it. Coming from a mile off.